Welcome to Conversations. I'm Suresh Kocharan. It was supposed to be an election that the Congress had in its kitty. At least that's what Congress leaders and pollsters and even BJP cadres thought so. But all that changed when the Haryana election results came about yesterday. Before we do that, I want you to like, subscribe, and of course click the bell notification so that you can know what's happening in our channel. Now let's come to the Haryana results. Even the BJP cadres thought that they could never win this election. In fact, when the first 2 hours of counting got underway, Congress was on its way to a landslide win. At least that's what the media was telling us. The dhol guys were at work blasting away and sweets being distributed at both the Haryana Congress offices and also at AICC in Delhi. Especially jalebis were being liberally distributed. But that euphoria was short-lived. And BJP started inching up, much to the disbelief of those anchors who were analyzing these results earlier. Some of them even asked, how could this happen? So much so that Jairam Ramesh even shot off a letter to the Election Commission alleging the usual allegations of EVM tampering, connivance of police officials, batteries being replaced and all that nonsense. Jairam Ramesh needs to understand that he has to accept a defeat. One should be gracious in accepting defeat. But one thing is for sure, Congress leaders can never be gracious in defeat. Did you see BJP leaders or even Prime Minister Modi or Amit Shah or even JP Nadda complaining about EVMs after the party did not make it to the 400 par or 400 par? That's a basic problem. Congress party needs to learn how to be gracious and accept defeat and then get on with life. Many political observers had concluded that Prime Minister Modi's decision not to actively campaign in Haryana in his usual energetic style was because BJP was going to lose the state anyway. And then even the blame might come on him for the loss. But then that was not what was happening. There was something happening deep underneath. A shrewd calculation of caste, candidate and even independent candidates being put up by the BJP. And of course, we know who did that, Amit Shah. In fact, both Amit Shah and Modi were the inspiration behind the campaign that BJP was low on spirits, drawing upon his awareness of the terrain and its intricacies. BJP, of course, sought votes involving him, that is Modi, Prime Minister Modi, while Congress sought to turn the campaign into a referendum on Prime Minister Modi and his policies. And in a way, Modi has got a vindication that his policies are right. We'll take up more of that later. In fact, the outcome achieved the toughest possible circumstances should help allay doubts whether Prime Minister Modi's appeal endures. It does. Because on the other side, there is nobody except somebody called Rahul Gandhi who keeps coming and going. In fact, many in Congress will not blame Rahul Gandhi at all or Priyanka Vadra. That's for sure. Huda is a sacrificial lamb for the loss in Haryana. While it's true that Huda was given a free hand in selecting candidates, the actual blame for the loss should lie with Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra, who actively campaigned in Haryana. But then, no congressman will dare blame Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Vadra. And they will also not accept that defeat. The defeat of Congress in Haryana means the loss of appeal of many of the planks that Congress was pushing. Legally guaranteed minimum support price, the Agnipath scheme, the restless protest, Ambani Adani crony capitalism, joblessness, etc., etc., etc. The Congress was of the belief that these issues helped Rahul improve the Congress tally in the Lok Sabha elections. Everyone knows that it is purely BJP's bad performance in two key ground states, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, that led to BJP stranded at 248 seats in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. But then BJP learnt its lessons from that. It did not stay there and cry about EVMs and other things. But let's make one thing very clear. Modi did get somehow things wrong. The farmers' agitation was something sponsored by the Congress and the George Soros and some sections of the Indian media. And everybody knows that. But Modi read it wrong and he withdrew the bill. And I think that is one of the main mistakes that Prime Minister Modi had done in withdrawing the farm bill. It was an excellent move. But he was perhaps ill-advised in withdrawing farm bills which had weakened his image as a progressive Prime Minister. He should not have done that. He would have come out more stronger, even if it meant losing a couple of assembly elections here or there. And we saw, as in the case of Haryana, nothing of that sort happened. In fact, even the Agnipath scheme, which Rahul Gandhi was tom-tomming, saying Agnipath soldiers were not being paid salaries, they would be on the roads in 4 years and all that. And Haryana being one of the biggest states that sends in people to the army. In fact, that is all played up by the Congress. But nothing worked again for a change. Here, Prime Minister Modi stuck to his position, even though a few things were diluted in the Agnipath scheme. The loss in Haryana will have a crippling effect on Congress and its allies. And of course, Uddhav Thackeray is already demanding that Congress should play the role of a junior partner in Maharashtra. And surely Rahul Gandhi does not have much of an elbow room now. He will have to accept the bones thrown by Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar in Maharashtra. BJP, on the other hand, will play tough now with allies like the Shinde faction of Shiv Sena and tell them take it or leave it. And even Ajit Pawar may be dumped because he is a liability more than an asset. The Haryana election has proved that Rahul Gandhi's theatrics will not work in the long run. We all know that he was holding up the copy of the constitution, talking how BJP is going to change the constitution. And actually, it is the Congress that changed the constitution a number of times, including the preamble of the constitution, illegally done by Indira Gandhi. But then, Rahul Gandhi still keeps on saying it because he's a parrot. He doesn't know what he's speaking. He's given something on a paper which he reads without even thinking about it. And in fact, all that drama that he does by impromptu walks with camera crew along, all that goes, and I'm reminded of the old saying attributed to Abraham Lincoln, that goes something like this. You can fool all of the people some of the time, some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Rahul should better read this quote every day morning before he begins his day. Worse is the coterie around Rahul Gandhi. Of course, Congress had its coterie. Indira Gandhi had that, Rajiv Gandhi had that, Sonia Gandhi had that. But then people like Ahmed Patel were real legends in that way. But people like K.C. Venugopal, who's advising Rahul Gandhi, is a joker. And Rahul keeps losing one election after another because of people like K.C. Venugopal. In fact, Rahul Gandhi's indifferent engagement with the Jammu campaign, which was pointed out even by Omar Abdullah, and his vanishing act after every election, God knows where he goes, shows his immaturity. Of course, the less said better about jokers like Jairam Ramesh and Pawan Khera. These people think that press conferences are just something that everybody will accept. Mr. Jairam Ramesh, Mr. Pawan Khera, you have lost an election. Accept it and move on. That's what maturity is all about. Not complaining. We won Jammu Kashmir, fine, EVMs are great, but when you lost Haryana, oh no. Okay, then we have another joker, of course. We know him by the name of Arvind Kejriwal. He had an empty boast that said, oh, I'm here to save you all, and fell flat on his face in Haryana. AAP drew a blank, but they won somewhere in Doda in Jammu Kashmir. That's okay. But clearly, there is no sympathy for Arvind Kejriwal, and possibly he might have to go back to jail after all this. That would be interesting because he kept on saying that he was the son of the soil of Haryana and he was born there and all that. That's why he should get votes. But Aam Aadmi Party lost deposits in almost all the seats it contested. In one way, Kejriwal will be happy that the Congress lost in Haryana. Even if the Congress will try for an alliance in Delhi, the local unit will not allow it. And even AAP will not give it too many seats if there is an alliance. Or worse, they will not even go for an alliance. Kejriwal will draw solace from Congress's defeat. And Rahul and company will not cut into AAP's vote bank. That is major worry of Kejriwal, much to BJP's advantage. So Kejriwal doesn't want Congress to be there in Delhi so that he can have a straight fight with BJP. Well, the Haryana result also saw eclipse of the smaller parties, and it had to happen. The Jan Nayak Janata Party or JJP, which last time won 10 seats in 2019, this time drew a blank. In fact, they had walked out of the alliance with BJP, thinking that they could be a big player. Dushyant Chautala even lost his deposit. The moral of the story is simple. Don't try and claim that you're bigger than what you are, or you'll end up flat on your face, be it Kejriwal or be it Dushyant Chautala. And of course, we have to have a good word about Chief Minister Nayab Singh, who was the protege of Khattar, the previous CM. And he was pitchforked into the CM seat a few months ago. Because of various issues, we know that. That huge anti-incumbency against Khattar. People didn't even like him, people of Haryana. But everyone doubted Saini's capability and wondered he would be the Balika Bakra in this case. Khattar, who was suddenly replaced as the CM in March, a defeat of a BJP in Haryana would have meant that a thumbs down on his almost 10 years of CM, the record of 10 years of CM. But that has been now kind of revived, and a good ending, a happy ending at that. That record has been set straight. Because given the strong anti-incumbency and Khattar's unpopularity, he was not even invited for major rallies which were addressed by Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah. Of course, as we mentioned, Amit Shah, how can you forget him? The Chanakya of Indian politics. As the BJP chief in 2014, Amit Shah ensured that the party's maiden victory in Haryana until then was not a part of the saffron sphere. Today, BJP is all over in Haryana, and they were a nobody about something like 10-15 years ago. He also ensured that the post-Lok Sabha results, which saw BJP ending up at 240, did not trigger a panicky deviation in what is popularly called a 36 Chhattis Biradari, a social coalition that BJP had cobbled up to counter the Congress effort to dominate and consolidate the Jats. In fact, the entire Jat concentration of Congress backfired because the BJP gathered everybody else on the other side of the fence against the Jats. And BJP even still won some seats in the Jat area. In fact, the early declaration that Nayab Singh Saini would be the CM continued to help him, because otherwise after election what would happen is a different ballgame. Now, given the campaign edge that BJP had over the Congress, Saini of course is now going to be the CM candidate of Haryana, at least for the next 5 years. In fact, one of the major losses or one of the major losers in this election is Huda, who was expected to lead Congress to a resounding victory. In fact, he even called for a press conference yesterday morning when he saw that Congress was 65 plus and all that. Soon he slipped out of the party office. Huda saw his success slipping out and stripping out of his hands and started frowning. He was given a free hand by the Congress High Command to choose candidates and secure party nomination for the 72 of his associates. That was a big, big mistake. BJP, on the other hand, did a meticulous micromanagement at ground level and defeated the Congress strongman Huda and his people. They actually had many independent candidates who cut into Congress vote, many rebel candidates, all of whom were placed by BJP. They even printed their posters and put up their flexes also. That is BJP's way of working. Abhay Chautala's Indian National Lok Dal, like BJP, again fell flat. Regional political outfits in Haryana are now almost gone. You may have a great father or a great grandfather, but then it doesn't work. Because we saw that they could not make INLD could not make a comeback in state politics. In fact, he even lost from Ellenbad, the family stronghold. And that is what the sad fact is. Because if you're talking of, Abhay Chautala losing elections, that is a big thing, because the party imagined that, all the assembly elections in the alliance, they had actually fought with BSP, but they could not impress the voters. In fact, his father and former Haryana CM Om Prakash Chautala actually had declared him as a political heir way back in 2023, September of 2023. But then Chautala this time could not do anything. And Abhay Bhatt had one more reason to smile, of course, that his son Arjun Chautala won from Rania. That is only a small part of the victory. Another reason why Congress lost apart from Huda was the Sirsa MP Kumari Selja, the daughter of former Union Minister Dalbir Singh. She sulked from day one, was not given her candidates, cured the pitch for Congress, did not attend public meetings, kept issuing statements that she was the next chief minister in the making. And that interviews and public appearances being kept away, she signaled very clearly that she was not on the same page with Huda. And this added fuel to the BJP's attack on the Congress. Selja's silence was very, very disturbing for Congress. And more so, BJP put it as that Congress was insulting a Dalit woman leader, and that has helped BJP in a big way. In fact, Sonia Gandhi called Selja to Delhi to discuss things and calm her down, but it was too late. Whatever said and done, the Haryana elections have proved to be a great win for BJP. Where the party goes from here is another thing. Will they build on this for the upcoming Maharashtra, Jharkhand and later Delhi elections? Remains to be seen. Maharashtra for sure is going to be a complicated task. But then Haryana was even more complicated. It was a hopeless case, yet BJP won back the election. So in a way, these are lessons to be learnt. And surely Fadnavis and his team in Maharashtra will have their hands full. They will have to now hit the ground running and ensure that BJP picks up the early leads from Maharashtra. For that, they will have to tame down Shinde and also Ajit Pawar. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, keep watching SR Media. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.